On this episode of Hacker Garage, we're finishing our blown small block 350 build that we've been doing. We got a used Holley top end kit that I've had and Amazon head studs. It's getting pretty close. Let's get this thing together. So this wouldn't be Hacker Garage if we didn't have a dilemma. Seems like everything I do, there's a dilemma. But this time, I went to go take these heads apart. And I went to go pull the valve out, and I had to tap it out, and I assumed it was bent. Then the entire guide came with it. So that's cute. So it's stuck in there. And I went to go take the springs off the rest of the valves, and I can't even get my spring compressor to compress the valves without opening the valves. So these probably should be sent off to the machine shop and redone, unfortunately. Then I was going to try these heads. They got brand new springs. Valves with 1 season on them, and they have rocker studs that pull out. Last time these were on an engine, they had problems with bending push rods. I think because these removable studs were unscrewing and causing the valve lash to be all over the place, bending push rods. Those should probably be sent out to the machine shop and gone through too. So both sets of the heads that I thought I was going to use on this were not, which leaves us to third option, these aluminum heads, which I didn't want to use. The only thing that makes me nervous is one of the cylinders lost the rod, and I assume a piston too. I'm not quite sure. I hope the cylinder head is not damaged. If not, I think I'm out of options. But we're going to pull them off. Take a look. I gotta pull the front timing chain cover off this one anyway to take the gear drive out of it. I guess we're gonna start taking it apart. Moment of truth. Oh.
Pay attention. That's not funny. That hurt.
Looks pretty good in here. Try to look up these heads. The part numbers are here. Try to get a valve for it. Check out the other ones. It's a lot better than I anticipated. The friggin' gear is quite crooked on there. Canvas junk. Let's see if I can get away with it. I'm not having to go get a bar. Oh, man. Am I actually not gonna do it? Alright. I just want to take the fucking thing out. I don't want to take the gear off. I mean, I want to take the gear off. Take this frickin' thing out. I want to look at it. Here we go. Fucking stubby. What the frig? It's probably good for like a fucking trophy or something. If I can't win them, I guess I'll make them. Clean. Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Come to find out, when I ran the numbers on this cam, in fact, is the matching cam for those aluminum heads. They came off a top-end kit that you could buy from Summit Racing. I assume from other places, but it was originally like a Holly performance kit, like add 200 horse to whatever small block you put it on. So that's actually what this cam is. I'll show a picture right now of what it is. And then the aluminum heads match it. They all came together. And so it should be a pretty good combo. We also have a Pete Jackson gear drive for it. Yes, it is the noisy one, but on top of the 471 that's already making noise, why not just make something that's going to annoy the neighborhood? Let's see. Come on. There we go. Just unpackaged our head studs. Look pretty decent. They're Yeshma cylinder head studs. There's the part number. Got them off Amazon. I'll put a picture in right now of what they are on the listing. And we're going to get ready to put these in the block so we can put the cylinder heads on. We ended up having to put one intake valve on this head, and then ended up having to do 2 exhaust valves on this cylinder head. So they're all redone, washed up, ready to go. We are finally ready to put the heads on, and the head gaskets I'm using are from Mr. Gasket. They are the steel shim head gasket. There's the part number. So when they're compressed after the head's torqued down, they're 27 thousandths thickness. So with these heads, the head gaskets, those cylinder heads, and the deck with the deck height and the pistons, it comes out to be 9-to-1 compression ratio. It's pretty good. I think it's gonna have pretty decent power with that blower. So we're gonna put those on, get the heads on, and then yeah, we're gonna torque them down. I'll do the first head, and then after I torque it down, I'll explain the sequence I went through, because these Amazon head studs that I got don't have any paperwork that come with them. So I gotta look up the ARP stuff, and I'll catch back with you. I did a little bit of research, and a lot of guys are saying between 70 and 80 foot-pounds between the studs and the aluminum heads. So probably just going to do 75 as the final torque. They say that you're supposed to do them in increments, but my half-inch torque wrench only goes down to 50. So we'll probably do 50, and then I'll step it up and do 75. And then I'll do that off camera. That way I can look at the sequence of the cylinder head bolts on my phone. Put that cylinder head on. I'll do the exact same. Well, wouldn't you know, very last head stud had to be the problematic one. The old Yeshma let me down. Pulled the threads right out of the nut. Not even sure why just that one. And well, we have the rest of them that didn't. Luckily I had an ARP bolt. I took off, when I took these aluminum heads off the other engine, stuffed that in there. One bolt's not going to make a difference. So, we've got both cylinder heads on. Now we're going to talk about the valve train that I'm using. I got these low profile comp cams roller rockers. They're the skinny body ones because with how big these valve springs are. All the other roller rockers I had at the time, on the 3 other engines that these heads were on, they wouldn't clear the valve springs. They kept rubbing. So I got these low profile ones. And they got, with the push rod in there. They got plenty of clearance. Pretty dirty. I gotta go clean them up. The other engine sat with no valve covers for quite some time. But then I had to dig out some push rods, because the push rods I had in the other engine, but the deck height must have been different. These were just a little too short. Luckily I had these suckers on the shelf, these comp cams. Oh, they're upside down. Right there, the old Magnums. See, Magnum more ways than one. So after I get those all cleaned up, we'll get them all on, and I'm not sure if I'll check back in before I adjust the valves or not. I'm probably not going to do a time lapse of that just because it's so time consuming. Getting to the point in this video where it's already long and I'm afraid people are going to get bored. So we'll just keep plugging away. Well, that's a bit different from the last little clip. Went through and I painted it. I got timing cover on, harmonic. I got the chrome oil pan on. Got all the valves adjusted. Oh yeah. Been kind of picking away slowly at this thing. And it's almost to the point where it can go in the truck. The only thing I gotta do now before that happens is I gotta put the intake on it. It's just sitting on there right now because I'm trying to figure out either right here or right here where I want to drill and tap a hole to put this ferrule and fitting for my boost gauge. And there's no other holes on this intake other than ones that are in the coolant jackets or this blow off plate. So I gotta do that before I can mount the intake permanently. I want to do it outside of the truck. That way I can make sure that all this gets sealed up because it's kind of a pain once it's in there. But yeah, it's looking good. This video was a little bit longer, like I said in the last clip. Hopefully you guys didn't get too bored. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, putting the top end on the small block, and it took quite a long time to film this video. But that'll probably do it for this one. We'll catch back in with everybody when this thing's in the truck and driving. I'm in the middle of editing another video now, which is prepping the truck for this engine and whatnot, and getting the blown up one out. So check in with that one after you watch this one. It'll probably come out, I don't know, hopefully not a month like it took to make this video. But if you like the content, like, comment, subscribe. Get out there and work on something. This project's been like 4 years in the making, and I'm finally making it happen. Thanks for the support, guys.